Welcome to yet another exclusive video from flashsaletricks.com, guys. This time we have Redmi 3S Prime with us for an exclusive review. So we'll first go about with the specs. So what we have here is an octa-core processor with 720p HD display, 13MP rear and 5MP front camera. We have a 4100 milliampere effective, at least with 4000 milliampere battery, 3 GB RAM and 32 GB ROM, expandable up to 128 GB with this SIM card slot. That's actually an hybrid SIM card slot with a dual SIM, a place for actually a dual SIM or an SD card. So we'll go about with the design, even though we have covered this part earlier this week with an unboxing video. So we have a quite interesting design, not a very eye-popping design, but then the design is actually good. And if you actually see the Redmi Note 3, there wouldn't be much difference except for the size. The Redmi 3S Prime, on the other hand, sits perfectly on the hands. It's very compact. It's not very slippery actually. You have a matte finish here on the back. So from the top we have a 3.5mm audio jack on the top, an IR blaster, a microphone, and we also have another microphone here on the bottom, the place for the micro USB cable. We have the power buttons and volume rockers on the right side, and we have the SIM tray on the left side. So that's about it with the design. But then there is quite an interesting feature that you can notice here. There's a very small thin edge on the bezel. If you notice clearly, this particular bezel edge protects the phone from getting scratched off even if you place it upside down on a surface like this. That is quite an interesting feature here. The display is not quite bad either. We have a full display brightness here. So if you try to lower the brightness, you can see how well the difference is between the brightness of full and low. So the viewing angle is also actually quite good. So you don't get to see much contrast dimming or picture fading away if you hold the mobile on a different viewing angle. Another interesting feature is the MIUI for Xiaomi phones. Currently we are running with version 7.5 of the MIUI. So as you can see here, we are running with Android version 6.1, which is Marshmallow, and MIUI version 7.5. So there is an upgrade to the MIUI version. The latest 8 is up for Redmi 3S Prime. Also, we also have a separate MI article series section in flashsaletricks.com, so you could take a look at that for future updates and other tasks. Another important feature in Xiaomi's Redmi 3S Prime is the fingerprint scanner on the back, and to my senses, I honestly believe that the fingerprint sensor on the back is quite good because I have a Galaxy Note 5 which has the fingerprint scanner on the front, and it always requires both my hands to unlock it using the fingerprint sensor. But unlike that, this fingerprint sensor is pretty quick in opening the security lock, as well as it doesn't require two hands. As you can see, I could just open it in one hand. So this is quite good, and the fingerprint scanner is very fast in unlocking the phone. It just requires a very small tap. That's it. See, the Redmi 3S Prime has a pretty impressive battery life. We have almost been playing with it for nearly 2 days now. I mean, we've been doing all sorts of tests, including the battery tests. So it performs very well. Even if we play very heavy graphics intense games like Need for Speed, there isn't much battery drain or heat as well. The only issue is that there is a bit of heat that is being seen on this side of the phone. So apart from that, we have not seen any battery drain issues. Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime is also pretty good in taking pictures. It is not the best in the market, to take pictures, but then given the price range, it is pretty impressive in taking pictures. Here are some of the sample images that I've taken using the Redmi 3S Prime, and there is also a feature of using HDR and turning it off. If you zoom the pictures, you can actually take quite a good look at the details of the images being captured. There is a small ant in this picture if you take a good look, and it is captured good. I mean, it's not the best, but given the price range, you have to accept that it's good enough to take pictures as well. We'll see how well the Adreno GPU performs in terms of a very graphics intense gameplay. So our goal here is just to see if there is any lag between the gameplays, or any hiccups during the gameplay, or overheats. We are now playing with the Need for Speed No Limits. So as you can see here, there is no much lag, but then if you notice very clearly, there are one or two hiccups that is very minute and not very heavily noticeable, but overall the play is not hindered at any place. So that is the gameplay here, but as you can see, there is not much lags, but then it's not a big deal, right? But what we have performed against is like, we have all these apps running on the background all the time while we were playing the game. So this is the maximum number of apps the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime can handle at any given time. If you open more apps, what happens is that the last app that you have opened will automatically be closed, and the memory will be freed up for the further apps to be opened or played. So what we are doing now is we've cleared 858 MB of cache memory. And that's it for the review of Xiaomi's Redmi 3S Prime, guys. Thanks for watching, and since this is our first approach in making a new video series, I request you to enter in the comment section below for any comments and improvements for us, or suggestions in terms of presentation and covering much detailed topics of the mobile phone. Thanks for watching again. FlashSaleTricks.com.